The Haley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.
Mark Boucher coming up first. We're going to give him a call now and talk to him about his poaching initiative. Already 203 rhinos been poached this year.
Hello.
Hi, Mark. Haley here from Bulls Visual Radio. How are you?
How right yourself, Eddie?
Good. Thanks for making yourself available to chat to us for a few
Not a
minutes
problem
this
at all.
morning. Mark,
Not a
firstly,
problem.
how are you? How's the eye?
I came out of operation about 2-3 days ago, and doctors are very happy. So yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing the
Okay.
things that I usually do. So everything's good.
And what was the operation for? What were they trying to achieve with the operation?
Earlier there was quite a bit of scar tissue.
Okay.
Obviously, it was quite a serious injury, so there's quite a bit of scar tissue that they needed to take away. So he basically did that. There was oil in the eye as well, which needed cleaning. So he took the oil out and replaced it with some more oil.
Sure.
And that's basically it. It was a 3-hour operation.
Wow.
And yeah.
And do they put you out
that-
when
that
they're
is-
doing this, or is it a local?
Yeah, no, they definitely put me out.
All right,
I was
okay.
a bit of a freak on when it comes to people playing with my eyes, and so the first thing I said to him is, if I'm sleeping, you can do whatever you want to do, but as long as I'm sleeping.
Oh, well, it's good to hear that it went well. I was very happy to see on Twitter
Thank you.
earlier in the week that it was all a success. So you can pretty
Yeah.
much go about your normal everyday life now.
Yeah, look, I mean, it is a bit of a change. At times, it's just a simple thing, you know, like you got to hold a glass when you actually pour water into it or something.
Sure.
I've often, when I haven't held the glass, I've been pouring, but I'm pouring onto the actual table, and it's become a bit of the comedy of the whole crowd. But
Oh, dear.
but yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as what everyone makes it out to be.
Okay.
I'm getting along fine, and everything seems to be going according to plan now, which is great.
Okay, good. And then, Mark, we wanted to just chat to you a bit about your anti-poaching initiative that you've really thrown your weight behind. Are you in Joburg at the moment, or whereabouts are you at the moment?
No, I'm in Cape Town at the moment.
Okay, and are you busy working on that at the moment?
Well, to be honest with you, I was meant to be in Joburg this week, but because of my operation, they asked me not to fly for the next sort of 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we're going to Sanborna, which is a reserve just outside Cape Town, where I'll be doing a couple of rhino dartings with Mike Horn, the explorer.
Okay.
And JP Duminy is going to be joining us as well. So it's a nice
it's-
experience for those guys that never been to it before. But yeah, that seems to be my work at the moment, doing a lot of that sort of stuff, which is obviously very enjoyable, but a
Great.
lot of hard work as well, which is needed at the moment.
Maybe for those who aren't too sure what approach you're taking to this anti-poaching drive, you partnered with SAB, that's right, and you darting all
Yeah.
the rhinos and creating a DNA index. Maybe you could just expand on that.
Yeah, basically, there's a veterinary clinic called Rhodus in Onderstepoort,
Okay.
where they wanted to try and get all the rhino onto DNA database. And at the moment, what we're trying to do is we're trying to help them out, first of all, by darting these rhino and collecting DNA that they can maybe use for prosecution of poachers in some sort of way.
Okay.
We've had quite a few successful cases at that as well.
Oh, good.
But yeah, also just helping out the actual clinic. The space that they're working in is very small. Their machines are probably a little bit outdated. So we're trying to, together with the SAB, the Boucher, SAB Boucher Conservation Fund, we're trying to raise as much money as we can to first of all get them all on a DNA database, and secondly try and help the clinic out with a new machine that can obviously speed up the process of getting them all onto the DNA database as soon as possible.
And is it
The whole process is backed up pretty badly at the moment because there's only one machine really working, and then
Sure.
they need to get another machine in as well.
quite expensive, the process of darting these animals and collecting the DNA? I mean, I'm sure it must take quite a lot of personnel.
Yeah, look, every darting sort of day basically costs about 20,000 rand for the M99 drug, which they use for the helicopters. Obviously, the easiest way to first of all find the animals. You must understand, if you've already done 5,000 animals in South Africa, then you can't just fly around darting every rhino that you see. You've got to check if they've been notched
Sure.
and if you're darting the right ones. And helicopter is the easiest way to do that. So there are obviously flight costs and vet costs and all that type of stuff.
And now, I mean, there's so many debates about how to prevent this rhino poaching from happening. I mean, what made you put your weight behind this particular cause in this particular clinic? Is that just through the people you met or through research?
Yeah, well, through the people I met. I mean, I've been involved with the SAB for quite some time now through cricket, and I also didn't want to get into the whole rhino debates of what's right and what's wrong.
Sure.
There are a lot of organisations saying this and saying that. I just wanted to get involved in something that's nice and clean, and this is nice and clean for us. The DNA database is something that is needed to check numbers and to have a record of all our rhinos.
And there's no debate about whether it's worthwhile or not. It's just, it's obvious.
All the experts, the vets and that, they're all very much for it. And the powers that be, the big powers that be, they're all for it as well. So there's something nice and clean. Obviously, SAB going into the whole thing with the big name to carry as well. So
they have to do it right.
step on any hands there. And so, yeah, it's a nice, clean sort of way for me to get involved, and it is working, which is the good thing.
Yeah, to see the results. And tell me, Mark, have you always been a bush baby? How did this become the cause that you attached yourself and have dedicated your time to?
Yeah, a lot of people have actually asked me that. Helly, I haven't really been a bush baby in that sort of sense. It was more like I've always enjoyed animals. I think I only went to the bush for the first time about 8 to 10 years ago.
Really?
Wow. It's something that sort of came about very, very late in my life, but something that's obviously very close to my heart at the moment. So, really enjoying the work. And I come to Cape Town sometimes, and I think to myself, "Gee, what am I actually doing here? I actually should be in the bush."
But, so it's grown on you.
Cape Town's a beautiful place, but I'd rather be in the bush at certain times.
And you must have visited some great lodges and seen some, really seen all the sites traveling from one reserve to another. Yeah,
look, and sometimes the sites aren't that great. I've also been around carcasses where,
of course, sure.
It's not a great sight to see, but yeah, take the good with the bad, and yes, you're right. I have been to some incredible places and seen some incredible things, but I also understand that through doing this whole thing, it's not about self-satisfaction. It's about trying to fight the war that we're in at the moment as well.
Sure, and am I right that 203 rhinos have been poached this year so far?
That sounds correct.
Yeah, I think that on your website it said as of the 4th of April, 203 had been poached this year.
The sad thing is that you say 2003 at the moment. It might be 2005, 2005, 2006. So yeah, hopefully that number's right. Okay,
well, Mark, people listening, if they want to help, how can they help? Can they donate money, or how should they go about it?
We've actually, with SAB, we've got a whole lot of cans, castle cans that are being distributed, about 7 million of them. And on the back of the cans, you'll see a picture of a rhino, and its calf. And there's just a SMS donation number there. I think it's 48800. We donate 10 Rand, and a certain percentage of that or most of it will go to the SAB Boucher conservation. Understanding that to get the whole SMS thing up and running, we do need to pay off certain people for their services. But we won't see any of that money. That will go straight into our funds. So
that's quite a nice initiative. You just need to buy some beer, and then you'll get the SMS details, and you can. Yeah,
basically, if you're buying a 6-pack, if you do one SMS, that'd be great. It would be much appreciated. I'm sure rhinos would appreciate it.
So you need to SMS 48800, and then 10 Rand will go towards this Rhino Fund. Yes. Okay, great. Well, thanks for talking to us, Mark. Nice to catch up with you. And what's your Masters prediction for the weekend?
It's good to see Trevor Immerman so far at the leaderboard. Yeah. Anyone in the South Africans will do, eh? They're all there and thereabouts, and none of them are out of the game completely. I think day 3 is a big moving day. But yeah, hopefully one of the boys can pull it through again.
Your money's not on Tiger?
I'd like to say no. I'd like to pick a South African, eh?
Yeah, okay.
I'm a proudly South African boy, and I think the boys have got the game to pull it off as well.
Cool. Well, enjoy your weekend, and nice to chat.
Thank you very much, Heidi.
Cheers, Mark. Bye.
You too.
Right, that was Mark Boucher chatting to us from Cape Town about his anti-rhino poaching initiative. Really, he has put a lot of time and effort and money towards this initiative. And if it is something that's close to your heart, just that SMS number again, you can SMS 48800 and 10 Rand goes towards his cause.
The Haley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.